Okay, I'm finally able to do another live stream again, which is basically during my unintentional free time. Even though, if you talk about the videos that I basically try to upload into the YouTube, then it's basically already pretty long. It's the last video that I tried to upload is actually before pretty long before my vacation, more than a week. So it's basically more than 2 weeks or even 3 weeks ago. I'm not sure. So basically, even though it's already more than a week that I basically come back from this more than a week vacation, but for some reason I'm just still pretty lazy to do some processing into my latest gaming footage, which is it's only gaming footage. There is actually several unboxing video as well, but it's been a while that I basically didn't try to bought anything, even though I actually still have some sufficient money to do it, but I just want to save more money after basically spend pretty much money during the vacation. So that's the reason why. But I actually still wanted to buy something that basically pretty interesting, and it's also one of my favorite things to buy, which is basically storage devices. And I really like storage devices, especially when it is not that expensive, even though it basically have the biggest capacity that was available on those models. So that's the reason why, even though I'm not actually know what kind of things that I basically wanted to store in those storage, because for some reason I'm still not really have some courage to store many things into the flash drive or any kind of storage devices, even though it was have a very long warranty. But for some reason I'm just afraid that it was not easy to be recovered, because I used to wanted to recover an old flash storage devices, but it's just so hard, because even though it was gonna be pretty expensive to recover the data as well, which is basically more expensive than the new storage devices itself. But since the data is pretty unique and it's basically a little bit represent my hard drive, that I'm still not recover it. So that's the reason why I'm actually wanted to recover it, and it's actually cheaper than recover the whole hard drive, obviously. But it's eventually not able to do it, because recovering a flash storage is just much more difficult than the storage. There are so many things that basically not possible, perhaps, I'm not sure, unlike the hard drive, which is basically pretty expensive to recover. But yeah due to its many due to its big capacity. But there's it's still basically pretty more possible than the flash storage devices, maybe because hard drive is still technically a mechanical disk, which is basically, I'm not sure whether it will make the things easier. But it's still, there are still some possibilities, maybe because that it was actually related to the mechanical stuff that I have already mentioned before. So even though if you talk about the hard drive, it is actually I'm not sure whether it's like a space, what is a vacuum space inside the hard drive. So it's just really neat to use a special equipment in order to tear down the hard drive in a good way, because if not, it's probably will make the data even broken than it was used to be. So that's the reason why, in order to recover a hard drive, it's pretty expensive. So I just don't know what kind of things that I want to talk about. But it's just pretty sad that for some reason I started to feel lazy to upload more content, especially when my all of my previous content still not goes the way that I expected. So yeah, but I'm still technically a little bit motivated to upload some short content because the last video that I basically tried to create Animoji, it's actually not that long, so it's not gonna be waste my small storage on my MacBook Air, which is pretty annoying. Every time it will always show pop up due to the caching of the iMovie application, so that's the reason why. And basically, I don't know what kind of things that I basically want to talk about, but yeah, I am already tried to talk, mention over and over again because yeah, I am basically not a native speaker, so repetitive words is just keep trying to be speak. I don't know whether it is actually correct grammar as well, but yeah, I just wanted to represent my feelings in a more general way, in a broader audience as possible, even though yeah, it's basically still not really good at SEO, or maybe it's just considered a bad content, I'm not sure. Or maybe because I'm actually come from Indonesia, so that's the reason why I actually need to use my native language instead. I'm not sure because most of the content creators that basically try to use other language rather than the language that basically frequent to use from their location is not gonna be that popular, even though it's definitely much more popular than me, but it's still not as popular as the real as many Indonesian YouTubers that basically use a native language just for clickbaiting their own peoples, perhaps, I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm actually will have some meetings that I almost forgot, but it's actually still around 20 minutes remaining, so I'm actually able to do it on that remaining free time, but I'm not sure whether I will try to stream that long because yeah, even though it's basically hard for me to do a live stream because I basically need to have an exact free times in order to not get interrupted, but yeah, every time when I already try to start a live stream, I just immediately don't know what kind of things that I want to talk about. So yeah, definitely I will try to end this stream sooner because yeah, if you talk about the monologue podcast, it's just pretty hard. I think I'm not sure whether there are actually so many people that try to create content like this, but yeah, I'm actually wanted to do another content that's basically, I don't know, maybe hopefully we'll get more viewers, or even maybe I will finally try to create content in my own native language, obviously, but I will definitely try to separate with this channel because yeah, I actually have so many channels that I already tried to make, but yeah, most of it is actually still have an English title, so that's the reason why it basically doesn't really good at SEO because yeah, when maybe the SEO is also try to see the content itself, which is basically not an English content, so that's the reason why they kind of like unprioritize those video, perhaps, I'm not sure. So basically if I really wanted to do from the beginning to fix all of those stuff into as perfect as possible, I'm not sure whether it will actually harder or not to enter the world where there's already so many people that try to make content over and over again because yeah, they basically love creating it, and it's actually making a bigger income for them as well. Perhaps, I'm not sure. So yeah, the people like me, which is basically not really try to concentrate on the content, will obviously will not able to beat them. So yeah, and yeah, it turns out that my iPhone battery is already reduced below 80% because previously at the beginning of this live stream is still around 84%. So definitely when I try to recharge this iPhone again, it will turn off the low power battery mode, which is pretty annoying. But yeah, consider this iPhone is actually already more than 3 years old, so I don't really care about. Even though, yeah, I'm not really sure when will I finally upgrade my iPhone again because yeah, previously before I was actually used this iPhone 11, I'm actually used the iPhone 6, which is much slower than this, but I'm actually able to use it for more than 3 years, perhaps, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think the next iPhone that I basically wanted to upgrade is when the USB-C is finally implemented into the iPhone. Because yeah, when USB-C is finally implemented in the iPhone, it means that yeah, it's just whole new iPhones, and it's just pretty simple perhaps because I can use the same cable for charging the iPhone, charging the Mac, or charging the iPad, which is pretty convenient obviously. And it's actually already a policy in the Europe as well. And I'm not sure when will be finally affected. I think it will be on this year or next year. I'm not sure because yeah, obviously Apple don't want to lose all of their Europe users or forbidden to sell things that basically still not using Type C, USB Type C. And I'm not sure whether if an iPhone or not, or the things that basically have a USB-C port for charging and try to be charged using a laptop charger, which is basically have a very big watt. I'm not sure whether it will make the battery broken or not because yeah, if you talk about USB-C capabilities on charging, it's just so good. It can reach up to 120 watts perhaps, which is basically can power up any kind of portable devices. Of course, it will still not sufficient to power up desktop devices, but yeah, it's still basically more than enough, probably to power up any kind of peripherals that's available. So it's already 13 minutes, and yeah, what kind of things that I basically want to talk about. And I think I will not able to do the good behavior recording or even karaoke recording after this because yeah, I need to go into the meeting first, and probably I will want to drink first because I haven't tried to drink or eat since I wake up because yeah, if you talk about the working from home behavior at some point, it's basically definitely not as healthy as when I tried to do it before the pandemic. But yeah, before the pandemic I just feel very exhausted because yeah, I need to go into traffic jam all the way during the going to the destination and come back to home. So that's the reason why I just don't want to live or come back into that kind of life. I don't know, but I'm actually wanted to improve the work from home behavior as well. But yeah, for some reason I'm just too lazy, or maybe I'm just like to do other things instead. Not sure. So basically able to sleep more than 7 hours every day, but I just feel very sleepy, tired, and lazy. I'm not sure what kind of things that basically make me feel that. Whether it is because I was always try to sleep very late, above midnight, or maybe it is because I don't really drink coffee. I'm not sure because yeah, if you talk about drinking coffee or any kind of caffeine stuffs, it definitely increase your motivation or in order to not feel tired. But I don't know about laziness because laziness is a little bit different because for me in order to decrease my laziness or increase the motivation to do some productivity things, I basically need to think about something that's basically make me satisfied or excited to do it. Just like uploading this kind of content because yeah, one thing that basically make me motivated is because I just wanted to represent my feelings that I rarely do. I cannot do this every day, obviously, so that's the reason why every time that I basically get some unintentional free time, I just wanted to do it immediately, because there are still some remaining gaming footage that I basically not yet created with Animoji, so I definitely try to prioritize on those first, because for some reason, for the longer videos, it can actually consist of random talks like this as well, so that's the reason why it's basically the same. And I'm not sure whether I will try to do another recording of Animoji gaming because there are still so many gaming footage that I basically not yet processed or uploaded. And yeah, even though yeah, so the simplest thing that I basically can do is just streaming directly into Twitch, which is basically pretty convenient, but it will definitely have no commentary at all, which is I'm not sure whether it is actually a downside or not, because for some reason there are several people that try to do it without any commentary, especially when they just wanted to do it for the first time. But yeah, I don't know, it will basically not really hype, perhaps, I'm not sure. So it's already 18 minutes. I'm not sure whether I will try to stop the stream or not, because yeah, in 10 minutes I will definitely try to stop I will definitely need to stop the stream because I will have to go into the meeting, so which is definitely not really a long meetings, hopefully. So if there's still some remaining free times that I basically can do, I will definitely try to do a good behavior recording or even karaoke, perhaps, I'm not sure. After I try to charge this iPhone first, perhaps until above 80% again, which will definitely gonna be decrease very fast if you talk about streaming AirPlay the Animoji footage from the iPhone into the MacBook Air using reflector apps, and yeah, it's actually the only things that basically try to be used as the resources. Maybe because it was actually caused by always turn on display that basically make the battery drain, because yeah, the back of the phone is a little bit hot as well, because yeah, they just need to turn on the display all the times, which is basically pretty common if you talk about the iPad, because iPad is usually used for in modern OS, like for booking the rooms or even for any kind of reception devices, for registering into an event or registering into an office. So yeah, it's basically pretty common, even though it's definitely overkill overkill to use an iPad there, but yeah, since they just wanted to use the best devices, perhaps, I'm not sure, because they just only need to create the specific application for it, which is basically, I don't know how much effort, because yeah, it's been a while that I basically didn't try to create any kind of application, which basically I actually really wanted to do it again. Probably wanted to test about the artificial intelligence that's basically pretty common right now, which is the chat GPT.